Hello friends, how are you doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you for joining me today. I'm just continuing working on my bunny journal. I'm pretty much done and ready to sew in the pages. But I'm not doing that right now. I am making an ephemera folder. So I wanted to just get to a point where, you weren't just watching me cut and glue. So I'll tell you what I did really quick, hopefully. And then we're going to decorate. And I've got some pieces from my, I've got pieces from my Beatrix Potter book here so far to add to what I have here. But what I did was take two paper bags. Since this is a paper bag journal, I wanted a paper bag ephemera folder. And I've never made one before, so I have been experimenting. So I took two paper bags, and this one is 6 inches wide. I already measured it, and it was one of these. I have over here one that I'm going to make into a journal, where I've sewed it together and sewed the flap over. And what I did was cut the, that bottom part of the paper bag. I cut that off and just kind of, like, this was the top where it was already kind of zigzaggy, kind of pinky sheared type, opening. That's where it was opened all on this end. And then here's where I cut the bottom off. I cut it off with pinking shears. Then I glued the gussets together on the outside. Then I glued them down to one side on the inside so they wouldn't be getting in the way when I put something in here, okay? So then I decided to sew them together in the middle with a straight stitch so that I would have, I would end up having 3 pockets on each end. And then if you don't want to sew it on your sewing machine, you can do it like a 3 or a 2 pamphlet stitch here in the middle. But I was watching Junk Journal Ideas, and she had a really good tip, is to either like glue it or sew it together in the middle if you can, enough so that if you put something in here, it won't go through and get stuck in there. Was that her? It was somebody I was watching. It might have been her. She had a lot of good tips. So, yeah, she said don't, because that would be a possibility of something possibly getting stuck down in there. I don't know. I thought it sounded good, and I wanted to sew it together with my sewing machine anyway, so I sewed it down the middle, and then I was looking at it, trying to figure out how my pockets are going to be. Do I want them from the top? Do I want them from the side? I decided to put them in the side, but if you want them, across the top, then you wouldn't, to access from the top, then you wouldn't glue or sew this together. I wanted mine from the sides, so I sewed this together here, and I sewed it together here with zigzag stitching. And then this is the front, so I decided, well, I was thinking about my closure, so I was going through my ribbons and things, and I found this black elastic, and I decided to try that. So I just sewed that down here. I sewed the top on first, where I just turned the elastic over, did 3 back and forth, all the way across this elastic and back, and, a 3rd time over to make sure that was strong and sewn on there. So I sewed it on here, and then I stretched it down to see how much I would need, flipped it around here on the inside, and sewed it down the same way, back and forth 3 times. So, and the point of that is it would flip around and hold it closed like this. Okay. So then I just covered, I wanted a blank, I wanted a blank slate. I wanted to cover up the decoration that was there, the graphics and everything. And I glued down, this is cardstock. I glued it down, 2 pieces here. I cut them to fit, 2 pieces here. I cut my finger holes. I had to recut them. There were some finger holes from the bag, but then they were covered up, so I cut them again. Here, 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 here. Okay, so now I've got 3 pockets, 1, 2 where it's in between the bags, you can see the original bag in there, and then 3 there on both sides. So now I'm ready to decorate. I did distress around all the edges just to add to the kind of almost grungy paper bag look. And I picked out some pictures for these are for the front and back on the outside. These are for the inside. So far I have ripped them to get them off the page. And I wanted to see if I could continue ripping. And if I have to, I'll use my scissors. But otherwise, I would like to rip these out because I think they would be really neat, neat with a rough edge. I just don't know if I can rip because some of it's circular, like curved, and I don't want to, get it all kind of, out of whack here with this circle that I have going. But we'll see if we can, we'll see what we can do here. See that? Now that went pretty well. Okay, let's see if we can do this one. And we're just gonna, this whole little project that I'm doing right now is just an experiment. So, it's fun to experiment. And it's a paper bag, and it's a book page, and if it goes horribly wrong, I've only wasted a couple of book pages and a paper bag, right? So, not too drastic. Now, let's see if I can, I wonder if I can just even up my little, like take off this point with my scissors. You know what I mean? Just kind of curve it there. Yeah, that worked out well. So, and here's another little point over here. And then, of course, you've heard it said before. So this is not anything new, but distress ink covers up a multitude of sins, kind of thing. So you just put your, I've got my rough torn edges here. Then you put your distress ink on, and voila, it's magical and looks like, okay, this is exactly what I meant to do, right? So this was totally torn except for those little corners you just saw me cut out. It's totally torn out of the book, right off the book page. So there's one. And this is going to go on the inside, like right here. I'm going to glue that down in a minute. I want to get the other inside piece first. Let me clean up a little bit. And then this one we're going to tear out now. So I got some little crumbs there. So this I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have the flat part of my ruler here and just tear off the sides here. And then we'll worry about the curvy corners. And as you can see, you don't have to have a tear ruler to tear. I don't have a tear ruler, so this is how I do it. And you can make your own tear ruler if you want, but I'm not going to go into that today. I haven't actually, made one, so, but I have seen where you can make your own. Okay, so now I'm going to tear off the corners. See if we can do as good of a job as I did on the last one. So I hope everyone's had a good week. And, everyone's doing okay and staying well. Everything's okay in my house so far, so good. Whenever anyone mentions about getting it, I say I refuse. I refuse to get sick, so yeah. I know you're saying you can refuse all you want, but if you get it, you get it, But I'm not a gloom and doom person, so I just say, I'm not getting it. I refuse. Okay, let's cut off our corners. Again, that worked out well before. So I'm just, I think I've said it in my last video, but I'm just going back and forth to work. And today's Saturday, so I'm off work today. But I did run out early to avoid, people as much as possible. You know what I mean? The later you wait in the day on a Saturday, the more people that are going to be out. So I just went, I had to go to Dollar Tree. I had to. I needed some envelopes. Unfortunately, I thought I had some that I needed, but I did not have them. So I had to go get some envelopes. Went to Dollar Tree and then in and out. And then went to, there's a little corner here I don't like. And then went to Walmart, in and out, got what I needed, and got back home. and just, you know, try to adhere to the what they're saying. That I've heard 3 and 6 feet. Just, you know, stay away from people 3 to 6 feet, I guess is what I've heard. Okay, here's the other piece for inside. Right here. Maybe I'll switch it up. I don't know. They're different sizes, but that doesn't matter. They were just pretty images. I like the images, and this is for the front, and this is for the back. Let me make sure. Since this is smaller. I wonder if I need a bigger, because I think this is fine for the back. It's like he's saying goodbye almost anyway. So, Peter Rabbit. So I think that's fine for the back, but I think I might need a bigger piece for the front. So this could be pretty on the front. Since it's bigger, I'm changing my mind now. But that would be pretty on the front. This on the back. This on the inside. And this could be on the inside. But it's kind of, now that I'm seeing it, it's a perfect picture. It's Peter, you know, and his whole family, his wife and his kids and everything. But it's a little small now that I'm seeing it, seeing how it looks. So let me see. Here's a picture of, here's all the bunnies chasing looks like they're chasing Mr. McGregor. These are blank. Let's see what else we have. Here's Peter. Here's the bunnies. They're hiding in the grass or under a rock or something in the grass. Here's Peter being put, or one of the bunnies, probably Peter and his brothers and sisters being put into Mr. McGregor's bag. Here's a picture of Peter Rabbit there. This is just, I don't know what this is. Anyway, let's see, any more Peter Rabbit pictures? Here's one here. It's a little bit bigger, and there's all the bunnies here. Oh, this is a pretty one with Peter looking in a window with this geranium. That would be cute. I think that might be my next favorite. Or these two are both really cute. That's going to be... Well, I like the geranium a lot, though. Let me cut out this geranium and use that one instead. I'll save this for something else. It's just too... I think it's too small. So, so we have the front. This one's for the back. Let me go ahead and cut this one out. And then we'll have those 3, and then we'll get that other one. So this video shouldn't be too long, but yeah, so I'm pretty much going to stay home the rest of the weekend. I usually don't go out on Sunday anyway. You know, so that's not anything different. And then I usually stay home as much as I can on Saturday because I just have certain things. I'm just going to take it off the corners, and then I'm going to rip that off. Let me go ahead and rip that off so I can see what I have left. But yeah, just have things I need to do, you know, on the weekends, so at home. So I need to, yeah, I normally try to stay home as much as possible. That's a very thin piece there I'm trying to rip off. So anyway, just having some crafty fun now. Gonna finish up my bunny journal and do a flip through pretty soon, hopefully tomorrow. Super excited. I love this little journal. So this is so small. Okay, got it. All right, so the rest are corners. Let's get the corners. So Walmart was, let's see, how can I describe it? It was fine. It's pretty normal. And the same stuff was not, I mean, the same stuff was there and the same stuff wasn't there. No eggs and no toilet paper. What else has been out? There was milk. There was no bacon. I don't know what the deal is with why everybody has to clean out the bacon. There was only, there was bacon actually. There was some bacon for $3.98. And I know I don't buy bacon that often or hardly ever, but I just noticed it as I was walking by. And I mean, I normally notice it if I'm buying it that the cheap bacon is always the first to go. And then the expensive bacon is left. So that's what was there. I think the bacon that was left was $3.98 at my Walmart. So that's the expensive bacon in this area. You know, I know different areas have different prices, so, but let's see, what else? No eggs. Milk was there. I know last week one of my friends had told me there was no milk and no coffee cream for some reason. I know milk, people are like getting milk for cereal and stuff, breakfast, but coffee cream, that was weird. So I think bacon's weird too, that it's all gone, but whatever. I wasn't buying it anyway. So everything else was pretty accessible. No tissues, except there were some tissues. You know, it was Walmart, and there were some great value tissues, and so it's allergy season for me, so I got 3 boxes. No problem. There was some left, not very many. Like, if you need tissue, go get it before it's gone. But let's see, so we've got 3. And now the geranium. This is going to be cute. I like this one so much. I like it a lot, and it's bigger, so that's going to work out well. So I just wanted this to be simple, not anything like super over embellished or anything. And you know, the thing about my ephemera folders that I think is so cool that I send along with my journals is this could be made into a journal. You know, take all the ephemera out, add some pages, sew them in, and you've got yourself a little journal. So that is kind of the thought I give along with when I'm making an ephemera journal. I try to keep that in mind in case someone, you know, wants to make a journal out of it. I think that would be really cool. So, you know, it's going to be, this one's going to be already decorated on the cover inside and out. It's going to have the pockets, and then just add some pages and you got yourself another journal. You know, you can sew them in, you can staple them in, even you don't even have to sew them in if you don't know how to do that, or you don't want to be bothered with it. Okay, let's tear these corners off, and then we'll have our 3 decorations, and this will pretty much be done, unless I decide to, you know, sometimes I just decide like, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I need to do that. So unless I decide to do something else to it, it will be done. And this one even has a little closure too. Okay, these corners really need to be trimmed here with my scissors. We'll get a little bit here. Just smooth. I just am smoothing them out, you know, instead of having little pointy little pieces where I started tearing or ended tearing or something. So it's not just so obvious where I started and stopped. Okay. Now distressing. And it's not that I'm really distressing these to make them look old. I just want that to be like a trim on the outside here, and take off and cover up, kind of cover up where I tore, and just make it look, you know, like something. Not like I just ripped it out, but like it looks, you know, it looks like something now. It doesn't look like something I just ripped out of a book. It looks like, you know, a framed image. So, okay, so let's see. Back. I could be changing my mind, but I definitely want that for the back, because he looks like he's saying goodbye. And then this one is cute for the front, because this one looks like they're just entering the garden. Here's Peter Rabbit, Mom Rabbit, baby rabbits. They're all getting ready to go into Mr. McGregor's garden. And here it looks like he's saying goodbye. I'm done with that, you know. And here they are for the inside. Very cute. Okay, let's glue it down. Let's do the insides, and then we'll do the outsides. And I'll show you. Now I'm going to put the ephemera in here, and then when I do my flip through, I'll show you what I have, what I end up putting in here, because right now I don't really even know what I'm putting in here. So kind of like as I finish up sewing in the pages, I'll see what I have on my desk here that I think should go, you know, make a little, kind of like a little kit. So always fun. The fun part, one of the many fun parts of making a journal, right? Okay. I felt like I was so lucky to find this book, because I haven't found very many, or hardly any, or any more Beatrix Potter books. You know, this one was a nice big one with all these small images like this. And so it was a perfect one to cut up. And then I know someone sent me some in Happy Mail one time when I was making Beatrix Potter journals from a digital kit. Shabby Dabby Doodah has a digital kit. If you're looking for a digital kit, she has a Beatrix Potter digital kit that's awesome. So I used that the first time I made Beatrix Potter journals. And someone sent me Happy Mail at that time, because at that time I hadn't found any books. I had never found any books, I don't think. Or maybe one, something like that. Isn't that cute? Got my distress shreds there. Distressing crumbs from my brush, but isn't that adorable? Okay, let's get some pictures on the front and the back. And this would be the cutest little Beatrix Potter journal. If someone wanted to turn this ephemera folder into a journal. I'm tempted to do it myself. That would be so cute, and I could easily add a bunch of pages, but I'm not going to do it. It's an ephemera folder. Oops. I picked these colors of this scrapbook paper because it was very springy looking. It's a 6x6 paper pad. I don't think I said that. And just had found it at a thrift store, brought it home, haven't used any of it, or hardly any of it. And so it was the perfect colors for a nice little spring ephemera folder to go along with my bunny journal. And like green, of course, is my favorite spring color. The green leaves are appearing here in North Carolina, so I'm watching the green leaves come out again, and everything turned green at the moment. This is so perfect, these colors and everything. Look at that. So pretty. I mean, it doesn't need anything else as far as I'm concerned. Sometimes I just like to keep it simple. It's so pretty just like that. Okay, so this is pretty much it. Like I said, I wanted to keep it simple. And it's so, let me hold it up close so you can see how cute the little bunnies are. They're entering the garden. Here's a pathway. This is the garden here. And there's a little like entrance into the garden. Just in case you can't see, I know I look back at my videos sometimes, and I know it's hard to see if the camera is, you know, the distance between the camera and down here. And here's Peter looking back at the house like, I've done all I'm going to do, and I'm done leaving. I'm leaving now. And here he is here looking in the window with the geranium. So cute. And here's the whole family. Oh, we're back together and we're safe, and they're hugging. So cute, right? So, all right, I'll let you go. I'm going to fill it up. Again, this is how it looks when it's closed with the little closure. Isn't that neat? So, hope you enjoyed that. Here's the back front, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.